Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning back in. Glad you can make it. Hope you guys are doing good and having a great day. Today, I want to talk to you guys about how you can build your confidence. If I haven't covered that on the channel already, um, I want to go pretty in depth in this video on how you can build your confidence. As we know, today a lot of people suffer with lack of confidence. We're constantly scrolling through social media. We're looking at how other people have made their lives. And oftentimes it's just a face, right? It's just a facade that they have. But we don't know that. We don't know that for sure. And so we look at how other people are living their lives. And a lot of the times that really discourages us. Um, and that really affects our self-image. And when it comes to confidence, self-image is incredibly it's critical actually. If you don't have the right self-image, you're not really going to succeed with confidence or drive or anything. But so um I'll get to self-image here in a bit, but confidence. And confidence is something that a man must have, absolutely must have. Because you are dependent on. I've told you guys all the way throughout the channel that families depend on you, your community depends on you, your nation depends on you, right? And so your confidence must be there. Confidence in being able to show up on work on time, being able to um, grow yourself, right? Being self-sufficient, self-taught, self independent, right? Um, Also decision making is one of the bigger ones too, right? So you must be confident in yourself. And going back into self-image, you must have a positive self-image of yourself, right? You have to love yourself. Don't look in the mirror and start pointing every single thing out that's wrong with you, because guess what? That's what makes you unique. Okay, it's what makes you unique. Don't sit there and think that just because your face isn't perfectly symmetrical or you haven't lost the weight that you were really hoping for, right? Because of your New Year's resolution or whatever, don't think that that is something wrong with you. It's just the process. Trust the process, okay? And that the more you trust the process, the more work you put in, the more of a testimony that you build, the more confidence you're going to have in yourself. There are numerous challenges that I have faced where I've been frustrated. Um, I've been outright angry. I've been discouraged, beaten down, kind of burnt out. But you know, through those very thin times, that's really helped me to build my confidence because I really had to dig deep, right, within myself and have that positive self image to push through the hard times, which ultimately gave me more respect for myself. And a lot of times, that's where the confidence comes from, is respect for yourself too. So, the I would say the best and the best and easiest way to build your confidence is to find what you're good at, or if you already know what you're good at, continue to work on it, right? Or if you don't know what you're good at, find what you are good at. You might be good at writing, you might be good at drawing, you might be good at painting, you might be good at playing music, you might be good at rapping, you might be good at singing, right? You might have some things that you're really good at. And so, you know, put your put yourself in situations where you're going to use that, right? You see, you're going for a walk because walks are great. So it's a great time to think. It's a great time to clear your mind, and it's a great time to be out in nature and enjoy something active, something physical, right? So when you're putting yourself out in these situations, um, you're giving yourself something to build upon. And this is something that you can take with you when you go back to the drawing board. You know, if you are good at drawing or good at painting or whatnot, or what you could ultimately do as well is you could take stuff with you, sit down. You know, if you see a beautiful sunset, you can sit there and draw it, or you can sit there and paint it. Right? There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. I'm just giving you guys ideas, right? But put yourself in situations where you're going to use those skills that you've learned and that you're good at. Again, that is the easiest. That is the well, nothing's ever really nothing's ever really easy, but it would be the easiest and I would say the best way to build your or to begin building your confidence. Because ultimately, what that does is if you're taking yourself out of your home, or if you're posting things to social media and whatnot, you can you can be around people, right? Now, I would definitely suggest you guys get out of the home, right, and go outside and uh, do stuff out there. But um, you could also go to uh, I don't know, Panera Bread or whatever, and just sit down and just start drawing. Maybe you're um, waiting on someone, right, to have a quick chat with them, and having a coffee with them, and you just boom, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and bust this out, start drawing, start painting, kind of just zone in on what I'm good at and just work on building my confidence, right? So, when you're going outside, right, going outside the home, you're also getting out of your comfort zone too, right? And you also want to get out of your comfort zone because that is also going to help you build your confidence. Something that you've never done before, something that you're not used to, is another skill um, that would make you dig deep and have that respect for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so, as you're sitting down, you're painting, you're drawing, or whatnot, or playing music. A lot of people go out and they play music. They play music. They post on social media and whatnot, and that's really great because that's putting you in an environment, right? Because environment is incredibly important for growth, right? A plant can't grow without sunlight, so you're putting yourself in an environment where someone walks by and they're like, "Hey," they genuinely like the drawing and they're complimenting you. They're complimenting you on that, or they like your painting, or they like the music that you play, or maybe they don't like the music, but they can respect that, you're putting in hard work for it. And so, you know, uh, it's all about finding what you're good at, and then along with getting out of your comfort zone, right? Even even if talking with people is in your comfort zone, that's still it's still fine. But for a lot of people, especially men these days, talking with people isn't really one of our comfort zones, right? So, um, not only does it build confidence within yourself, but it builds confidence within other people too. Um, because you're networking, you're communicating, you're connecting with people. You know, I've had a lot of people tell me all the time, that when I've sat down and I've drawn or I've painted or whatnot, they're like, "Hey, man, like that'd be really cool if you started up a YouTube and did some videos and stuff. I would watch that." Cool. And that's exactly what I did. You know, it's not something that um, I was very good at right away, but this is also something that's a part of getting out of your comfort zone too. Is that um, when you try new things and you find yourself in this frustrated state, when something doesn't look right. A good example is I was working on some snow terrain, and I was working with AK, yeah, AK Snow Terrain, and um, I had made a couple of bases before that I just didn't really like. Um, I didn't really like it at all. So what I did was I ended up scrapping it. But my third one that I ended up working on, I really, really like it. I really do. Because it has like this snow drift, and I should have brought it, but I did. I've got a couple other things that I want to show you guys here, but um, it has a snow drift kind of look to it, and I'll show you guys what that looks like a little later on. But um, if you get out of your comfort zone, like I was saying, and you begin to build that confidence through experience, right? Because sometimes you're not going to be good at things. Right? There are a lot of times you're not going to be good at things. There are some things that you are very, very terrible at the start. But the more you push through it, the more you learn, the more you grow, the more confidence you're going to get, right? And that comes from one, finding what you're good at, building on top of that, building connections through that. Then finding something that you're not good at, and then work at that. And then the things that you don't even know you're good at, you get into and you work at. And the things that you're not good at, going back a couple of seconds, you can build that. I wasn't really that great when I first started playing music, and I would consider myself a pretty good musician now. You know, I can play things by ear, which is pretty crazy for someone who's self-taught. you know, um, when I started making dioramas, I wasn't that great at it at all. But now, I think I'm all right. I still have a long way to go and a lot to learn, but I'm growing. It's the process, and I've been able to build my confidence through that because I'm also showing people the things that I do, right? And I show people and they're like, dude, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. You know, I paint miniatures and I actually give, a couple of buddies of mine every now and then, some miniatures, some dioramas, for free, of course. Um, just out of appreciation for helping me with my business and everything. And some of the stuff he's just blown away by. Some of the stuff I'm blown away by because of how well they turned out. And I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but you know, you never know what you're good at until you get out of your comfort zone and you gain that experience through digging deep, right? To learn and grow. At that point, once you start getting good at it, your confidence will grow. And then you can take that into other things. You can take that into talking with people. You can take that into uh, maybe applying for jobs, job interviews. Maybe you don't have a lot of confidence in speaking in front of other people. You know, you can take that anywhere. It's just a matter of digging deep when you out of your comfort zone, right? So here I have a couple of things to show you guys. This is one of my latest dioramas that I've made. Before I couldn't even do anything like this. Isn't that cool? I showed this diorama a little bit ago, um, and you guys can go and take a look at that before. And I had definitely I've learned a lot just from this one alone, and I think it turned out really great. You know, you work at something long enough, and um, it'll it'll turn into something good for you. And so here's another one. As a huge Halo fan, I made this one a while ago, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I made this one a while ago, and this was I hadn't really painted a whole lot of miniatures before this one. This one was the first actual vehicle that I painted. Um, and I don't think I did too bad with this one. I really don't. I think I did pretty good. But you work at something long enough. Again, I want to hound on it, okay? Because you guys really need to get this. You work at something long enough, you put enough time and enough effort into things, you're going to get good at it, and then you're going to build your confidence. When you do that, you can take that with you almost anywhere. The reason why successful people become so successful is because they found out something they were good at. They were able to uh, monetize off of it, and then they found out what they wasn't good at, and they worked at that. They worked at it so much that they could do the thing that they're not good at in their sleep. And then in turn, just from being good at what they are already good at, already had their confidence. But stepping out of their comfort zone and learning and growing about how to make the thing that they're not good at follow. Stay on track with me. I know it's confusing. Um, they gain their confidence from it, and they took that with them every single place they went to, and now they're successful, right? So sometimes it starts with nothing, sometimes it starts with something, right? Like I was saying, if you're good at something, continue to work on it. If you don't know what you're good at, go and find it. So, but make sure that you always place yourself in a healthy environment, right, where you get the proper support that you need, realistic support, right? Because you don't want anyone just to gas you up, right? If you're not if it's not that great, right? So, and you definitely don't want someone lying to you just because they want to support you, because that's not helping you, right? So always ask people to be honest. Hey, what do you think about this? Does this look good? Does it not look good? What are some things do you think I could work on? Right? And be okay with constructive criticism, especially from those who do things better than you, right? Maybe there's a different technique that you could use that would ultimately be better. Maybe there's a supplement in the gym that would help you out more. Maybe your form isn't exactly what it needs to be, you know? Excuse you. I need some room here, bro. Unreal, man. Trying to get some more airtime. What? She didn't get enough of it. All right, whatever, man. I'm not paying you any wages, bro. It's not happening. Um, but yeah, I mean, so it's just all about getting out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone, right? Go learn, go grow. Become something better today than you were yesterday. Reading is a good way to do that. Just this morning, as I was letting the dog out, I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna read a book. And the book that I opened up was Think and Grow Rich. Um, and actually, now that I had you guys here, I'm going to start a series where I'm going to be reading books to you guys. I'm going to start with Think and Grow Rich, and what I'm going to do, and this is kind of just planned out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of pages at a time, typically about 10 minutes. right? I want to read for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to give you guys my feedback on it. Um, and so that's going to be that. All right. Uh, but that'll be a little bit later on. So, um, but get out of your comfort zone, guys. Go learn, go grow, um, become something better, and you will gain the confidence from that. So, if there's anything you took from this video, it should definitely be come out of your comfort zone, because I've only mentioned it about 30 times now. So, um, just to kind of recap from the recap, uh, find what you're good at, work at it. Okay, keep working on it. You don't want those skills to be dull. Okay, so keep working at it. Um, put yourself in a good environment where the things that you are good at, you can connect with others. Once you connect with others, then you're going to really begin to shine, and you're going to get you are naturally going to get into other things. Like, let's say, for example, that you're outside, you're painting and whatnot, and someone walks by and they appreciate your painting. You guys talk for a little bit. You guys exchange contact information, and he's a really big fisherman. Well, you don't know how to fish. So then he invites you, or she invites you along on a fishing trip. And at the start of it, you absolutely suck. But since you placed yourself in a good environment, you were able to learn from them. And by the end of the trip, you were catching fish. And so now you've built the confidence within yourself to know how to fish and can do a decent job of catching fish. You were able to communicate with someone, you were able to learn new things, grow new things, and the confidence in yourself grew in two different or three different areas, actually: painting, talking with people, and fishing. It's the most practical way that I can really explain things. So, um, just to give you guys some ideas. So, because I don't have all the answers, guys. But what I can help you with, is some of my own experiences, which I was showing with you, right, with the dioramas and the miniatures. But yeah, just get out there, man. Just get out there, experiment. Are you going to fail? Yes. Don't be afraid of failure. Failure is something. Failure is something that is teaching you. Excuse me. Failure is something that teaches you. So don't be afraid of it. Like I was saying a while ago, learn to love failure. Learn to love it, because you can't succeed without failing. So, that being said, guys, I hope you got something from this video. And if you did, please like, share, subscribe. Please support the channel, guys. I'd greatly appreciate that. This channel is here for you guys. I want to help you as much as I can. Because I tell you guys that men, especially, are the foundations of families and nations. But another thing too is that a lot of ladies out there could use this. Everybody could use this information. But again, this channel is mainly targeted for men. So, boys, listen, we have to be confident. We absolutely have to be confident. Every aspect of our lives depends on our ambition to be confident. So, take that with you. That being said, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks, as always. You guys are rock stars. just really engaging with the channel and just giving it your all and really, applying this information to your lives. So, and that's awesome. I love hearing that, man. If you guys happen to have your own stories that you would like me to tell on the channel, please you can email me or you can leave a comment in the comment section. We can get together. You guys can tell me your story, and then I can then tell your story. I'd be more than happy to do that. So if that's something that interests you, please let me know. And make sure, guys, that you're taking care of yourselves. Okay, both mind and body. Absolutely, take care of yourselves, both mind and body. That's if you can't take if you can't take care of someone else, if you can't help someone else, or excuse me, if you can't help yourself, how can you help someone else, right? So take care of yourselves. If you need to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody. Your mental health is very important. Okay, I know all about that. Also, physically, go lift. All right, go get physical. Go do something. Okay, go do something. Get out there. Get active. Right. You want to make sure that you're able to defend yourself. And if you have a family, please, you absolutely have to go out there and get fit because you got to defend them too now. So I was just at the gym today. Uh, Today was supposed to be arms and shoulders, but a buddy of mine um, was doing some weighted lunges, a lap around the gym, or yeah, he did a whole lap around the gym actually. And well, you best believe that even though it was arm day, couldn't let him do it by himself. So now my hot buns are crossed. My cheeks are on fire, guys. Oh God, my quads are burning. So walking around like a Walmart employee. um, like I've got gout. Obviously, I'm just joking, but yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time. But again, like I was saying, that's how you can build your confidence right there. You know, I wasn't even sure that I could do that halfway point with weight on me. I think it was about 50 pounds. So, um, I I did it. You know, I did it. Wasn't really anything. Now, what it was difficult, yes, but it wasn't massively difficult. So, um, and that's another example of how you can build your confidence too, right? So, what is going on with this, bro? This phone, man. Sorry for the flashbangs, guys. I don't know why it's doing that, but anyways, kind of rambling on here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other too. If someone's having a rough day, lift them up. All right, guys. Give them some good information, and send them off in the right direction. All right, guys. We want to make sure that we are lifting people up here on this channel. Absolutely. That doesn't mean don't defend yourself. Doesn't mean that. I have people who hate on me all the time, and I have people who come at me with different perspectives and who are not exactly open-minded about the conversation. So just give them the right information. If they don't like it, they don't like it. Who cares? So, but if someone is needing help, they're wanting help, they're wanting to help themselves, help them. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in again. As always, I'll talk to you guys soon.